Have you ever wondered what courage really is? Is it some grand, heroic act you see in movies? Or is it something quieter, something closer to home? This is the story of Nguyen Minh Hoang, a regular high school student who discovered that sometimes, the biggest changes start with the smallest act of bravery. The city's autumn mornings were always beautiful pale skies, golden sunlight, and the gentle hum of life. At Tran Phu High School, Nguyen Minh Hoang was just another face in the crowd. A quiet, kind Year 11 student, he was polite and a good student, but never one to stand out. Then, one day in literature class, his teacher, Ms. Dung, asked, "What, to you, is courage?" Answers filled the room: bravery in danger, protecting the weak, speaking up. Hoang listened silently, feeling that courage belonged to a world far from his own. Later that day, he saw two older students bothering a younger boy named Nam. They were tugging at his bag, and Nam's face was pale with fear. Other students just walked by, and so did Hoang, telling himself it wasn't his business. But that night, he couldn't shake the image from his mind. Ms. Dung's question echoed, and a feeling of unease settled in his chest. A week later, on a rainy afternoon, he saw it happening again. The same two bullies, the same scared boy. His heart pounded. He could run, find a teacher, or he could act. Remembering his regret, he took a deep breath. "Hey, stop it," he shouted, his voice trembling. The bullies turned, surprised. One of them, a notorious troublemaker named Wee, sneered at him for playing hero. Fear gripped Hoang, but he stood his ground, warning them to stop. Just then, a school guard appeared, and the bullies scattered, but not before throwing Hoang a threatening glare. Nam, still frozen, stammered his thanks. A strange warmth filled Hoang's mix of fear and relief. That night, his mother hugged him and said, "Courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about doing the right thing even when you are." By Monday, the story had spread. Some students clapped him on the back. Others whispered in the halls. Hoang felt awkward. He hadn't meant to be a hero. We confronted him during break, promising the matter wasn't over. But this time, Hoang didn't back down. He replied calmly that he wouldn't stay silent anymore. Later, Ms. Dung praised his courage, reminding him to be safe. She spoke to the class about how true courage is often found in small, everyday actions, in refusing to look away from wrongdoing. In the weeks that followed, a subtle shift occurred at school. Students started looking out for each other more. Bullying was less often ignored. Nam became more confident. Hoang himself was changing, too. His classmates saw him as dependable, someone with quiet strength, and he was even nominated as class prefect. It all started with that one rainy afternoon. One evening, Wee was waiting for him outside the school gate. But this time, there was no threat. He admitted he'd been angry and confused, but didn't know why he'd wanted revenge. Hoang listened, admitting he had been scared too. It wasn't a dramatic apology, but they parted with a nod of understanding. At the school's anniversary celebration, Hoang's name was called for a special commendation. As the headmaster praised him for inspiring others, the applause was deafening. In the crowd, Nam waved excitedly, and from the back, we gave him a respectful nod. Standing under the trees afterward, Hoang realized how easily he could have chosen silence. He finally understood. Courage wasn't about being fearless, it was about choosing to act despite the fear. He never saw himself as a hero, just a boy who made a choice. But that single choice rippled outwards, proving that even the smallest acts of courage can change everything. What do you think? Have you ever had a moment where you had to choose between silence and courage? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you next time.